We're gonna talk about what's going on with college. I know you guys are experts when it comes to the Bears, but let's talk. Let's do college, and then we talk Bears as well. The guys who come behind me are the fundamentals. I know you guys are gonna be connecting as well,
Okay.
but I just want to put that out to the universe right now because, and I was talking to my barber earlier today. Football is like 1,800 times more involved in people's lives than the NBA. Like the NBA final numbers compared to football, the first playoff, it didn't even match up. So it's more intricate in our lives with what is going on in football. And I know you guys are probably looking at me like we talking sports, Kendall. But I'm just, but sports, it does a number of different things for a number of different people. And what let me further explain. It changed church, right? The
Gotta go
NFL.
early now.
Yeah.
Man, now you're going to the early service.
Right.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Now you know you have an excuse to leave. Now you can become an expert in the field that you wanted to at one time, or you're still doing it, living vicariously through. The other part of it, if we go through the timeline, is also the NIL deals that's going on. So when you got
Yeah.
like real guys who really know these sports and know the positions and know what's going on, it's critical.
Yeah.
It's absolutely critical. Go ahead, Bernard.
Kendall, you make a great point because the day after the Super Bowl is one of the most absent days in the workforce. It almost became a holiday.
It should be.
Yeah,
Yeah.
people call off work the day after the Super Bowl. That's just how popular football is. But I do want to send a shout out to my co-host Jay Beasley, Keith Flournoy, one of my frat brothers of Make a Sci-Fi,
Are you,
and Guy Moore, and we also had we bring on guests, people here and there. Actually, about a year or so, we brought on Lemonhead Stinson, who was a former Chicago Bears. We done brought on brother Jason Williams, who played for the Carolina Panthers.
Jay Will.
Yep. And but as we, the thing about football is an emotional sport. It's a sport where, people are actually upset, ain't they, Mike?
yeah, with football, you have more people that have dedication to a team. In basketball now, by the NBA being so friendly and all the guys are friends, you don't know who's gonna be playing for who next year. It kind of deviates to football where it's like, this is my diehard team. Like, you got some real diehard Chicago Bears fans that's not going. If you're a Bears fan, you can't root for the Packers. That's just bottom line, right?
right,
You know,
right.
in the NBA, you can root for the Lakers, the Heat, the Bulls, or whoever. But if you're a Chicago Bears fan, you better not be caught rooting for no Packers. This might be something happen to you. So,
From a historical context. That's what I'm saying. We got to make this a part of what we're doing here because the historical context, even sitting in the barbershop, like I said earlier today, when we talk about Green Bay versus Chicago, one of the barbers was like, look, I don't care if we win any games. We got to beat Green Bay. But guess what? People don't even know where that even started, where that rivalry even started from. Some people just jump on and then take it from there. But it's important to know the history before we get to where we're going so that we can better have a better understanding of what's going on. Speaking of which, this Bears podcast, y'all popping. I mean, y'all are popping. This is why I'm like, Bernard, can I have you guys on the show? Like I said that very humbly. Caleb, give me thoughts. Who I start with? 2 weeks from now they in Canton. Talk to me. Where y'all at with Caleb?
Caleb is a very interesting person. Caleb is a superstar, even though he hasn't played a game. He has star power on him. That doesn't mean he's gonna be good. We don't know that yet, but he has that quality. He has that it. Some people have that. Some people, they walk in a room and they light up the room. That's Caleb Williams. You could see it where his teammates have already gravitated towards him, and Caleb is a different personality than Justin Fields. Justin Fields.
In what way though, Bernard? Come on, talk to me.
Even personality, just from a distance. I don't know either one of them.
I mean, just from your observation though. Like, tell me where you get it from.
So what you could tell with Caleb seemed like he's the guy that's going to show up to everything, and you're going to know he's there. And that's not to say Justin Fields didn't show up for all those things for his teammates, but Caleb is the guy when he show up, everybody knows he's there.
But then we say the same thing about Justin, though. Because he came off a national championship with Ohio State and came in here. We was like, oh, my God, here we go. We got the savior.
Yeah, they two different players, though.
Yeah.
When you look, Caleb Williams was prepped for this job ever since he was a shorty, right? Caleb the dude that'll show up at your bar mitzvah. You know what I'm saying? Justin be like, I don't really rock with that type of thing. But he has that leadership quality in him. Gerald Everett, the Bears tight end, wrote something about him. He said he'd been watching him because when Gerald Everett was playing with the Rams, he would go to the SC games and just sit back and watch this kid. He said, man, I knew this kid had it then, and then just to watch him now in practice, it's just an it factor with certain people. Justin has it, but Justin doesn't have all of it. This kid has the capability to have more of it, especially with what they surrounded him with the coaches and all of that. They invested a lot of time and a lot of money and a lot of resources into Caleb Williams, and I think he's going to do well. And
they did the same thing with Justin, though. And so I'm really trying to differentiate, like, what's the difference? Because Chicago, we're going to clap, right?
Yeah.
We're going to clap because we got a new quarterback because we've been having horrible teams, period, point blank. Again, at the beginning with we was like, yeah, he's it. Justin is he's it. Now we got Caleb, and we're saying the same thing. Did the Bears make the? I mean, so the pick was the pick, and now we got some other people that's coming in as far as the receivers are concerned.
Oh yeah.
Bernard, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off. Go ahead.
So let me give you the quick background to some of the listeners out there. Myself and Mike, not only we played, but we actually coached football for some years. And Jay actually played college football as well, and Keith Floyd, our co-host. So when I looked at Justin Fields playing at Ohio State, initially, I didn't want that pick. I didn't like some of his fundamentals, and I kind of questioned his ability to read even in college. I thought he lived off the deep ball a lot. Ohio State kind of, you match. It's a mismatch. You got the fastest guys on the field, and you really don't face no competition until you get to the national championship, which that year I want to say they played Alabama that year, and Ohio State got the brakes beat off them.
They did.
Yeah.
Hold on, but no, I had it like I was like, yeah, they did. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
So Justin Fields actually that year coming out, and it's not. I love Justin Fields, but I'm just being real on what I thought I observed. That year it was between him and I'm trying to think of the quarterback that was coming out that year with him. The guy who ended up at the Carolina Panthers. I'm kind of going brain dead right now.
Yeah, no, don't worry. And I'm like not a big sports guy, but I know who you're talking about because I'm looking at him right now.
So they was 1 and 2 who was gonna come out, but when Justin Fields went to the scout combine, whatever happened in those interview rooms, his stock fell. Immediately after that, those interviews, talk came out that Justin Fields was gonna fall in the draft.
Mm-hmm.
Justin Fields, instead of going 1 or 2, he fell to number 11. If the Bears had not drafted Justin Fields, the only team that was left in the first round that was drafting a quarterback was the New England Patriots. If the Bears had not drafted him, he probably would end up in the second round.
Yeah, Patriots wasn't taking him.
They wouldn't take him.
Okay, got it. All right, so that squares that away from me.
Yeah.
So Caleb. So now we at Caleb, and now with the NIL stuff, gentlemen, like. He's already rich. He wasn't even worried about his contract. Like when these guys, when they already get their money, should we be expecting anything different, or is it the love of the game, quote unquote? I've been watching, all of these, and I'm reading like, okay, let me just halfway pay attention to it. But you guys are the experts when it comes to it. That's why I rock with y'all podcasts all the time. Mm-hmm. What's different about Caleb? Why are people? Because they're in Canton in 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Tell me why Chicago, why should we be excited about him? The line hasn't been shored up, in my humble opinion, but I could be wrong. But now let me start with you.
I would say this. One of the things we do on our podcast is, even though we do it on Chicago Bears, we're not homers. And what we try to do is we look at and talk about some of the things that we may say the fans may not see, especially if they haven't played. And even though the Bears did have problems with their line, it wasn't as bad as it appeared. Some of it for me was Justin Fields' inability to read the defense, and sometimes I could tell that was he did not identify who the mic was. And if you don't identify who the mic is before a pre-snap, I'm not sure how you know how the line knows how to slide the protection.
But the mic, the quarter, that's the first thing you read is the mic.
Is the mic, correct. And so I rarely ever saw him identify the mic. And next after that, if it's a pass play, you may put a guy in motion to see what kind of coverage they're in. However, he put guys in motion. Maybe the last 2 or 3 games he did a little bit. So it kind of gave me an indication he had struggled with reading defenses. And another indication is that when you want to roll your quarterback out, you either roll your quarterback out because he's under pressure or his inability to read the defense. So you give him one read.
So, but was it Justin or was it his? The offensive coordinator that was not, or is that something that he needed to know? Because even when we talk about Mike, we talk about Mike Singletary. That's where Mike came from. That's why we got Wilbur Marshall, and then we got, the other side. We got the left, the right, and we got the Mike. We got the middle. That's the midway, right? That's how we got it. But was it the coordinator and how he was supposed to read? Because they teach you how to read, or was it him?
It was a little bit of both. It was a little bit of both because when Justin came out of Ohio State, the knock on him was that anything past the first read, he struggled with, and that's a little bit how his stock went down too. Not really here to just bash Justin Fields. What I said maybe 3 years ago on the show, when we were getting mollywopped, right, just getting spanked. I said, man, we got to trust the process. And things just started falling into place. We got Ryan Poles, and Poles started doing some things to change the culture and the concept of the Chicago Bears. Now you look at the product that we have now, we ended up getting Montez Sweat and some other people coming in here. The defensive backfield back in the day was trash. I mean, nobody could cover. They couldn't cover anything. Now the defensive backfield is one of the best units that we have. Linebackers is one of the better units that we have. We still got some things that shore up on the defensive line, but overall, this Bears team is going to be competitive, and they still have money. They still have some more picks next year, but I always said trust the process. If you can trust the process, because the Bears were giving us mediocrity, and Bernard used to say it on the show, they would give us mediocrity for years, and we were happy with going 9-8. We were happy with going 8-8, 8-8, before 8-8. We were happy with that. And, I had to go in witness protection a couple times because I was saying that so-and-so shouldn't be here. And he'll tell you, everybody that I said that shouldn't be here, they got released, cut, whatever. And now you look at this team now. We did I asked him the other week about this thing that Sunday. I was like, Roquan Smith got to go. That Monday, the Bears cut him. The very next day. Too many times we fall in love with the names on the jerseys instead of what the position should be doing. And that's where we fall, as Bears fans. But now we're in a position, trusting the process, we're getting a better product.
How many years do we have? Because one, to your point, let's talk linebackers. So the will linebacker, the Bears are not doing good in that space. Mm-hmm. They needed to shore up that will linebacker. That's number one. The number two, in my very humble opinion, we don't have the adequate DBs right now. Because let me tell you, if this is my opinion, we're moving closer to flag football. I think 10 years from now, maybe 15 years from now. We don't touch the quarterback, don't impede the wide receiver running out, or we're going to throw the flag. Because it's just like baseball. They needed to juice up the balls to hit more home runs for people to watch it. They had to condense baseball, so because people, we live in a fast-paced society. Mm-hmm. Football the same way. We didn't shore up the will, in my opinion. And if you we students of this game, what are DBs at? So now your strong safety, we need at least 6 cornerbacks. We need 6 cornerbacks and one with a little bit of girth on them who can come up and make a tackle, right? Mm-hmm. So I didn't see it.
You know, I was.
I didn't see it. I'm gonna ask y'all. Y'all
Yeah,
ask
yeah,
me.
Oh,
yeah.
that's DBs right there.
Tell me. I mean, we got two that we shored up, but we needed at least six.
I would slightly disagree. Stevenson, he's a rookie last year.
Dog.
I'm not talking about him, but go ahead.
He's a dog. And what's Johnson?
You know that ain't my favorite.
Yeah,
guy. Jalen Johnson. That ain't my guy.
Jalen had a couple of picks last year. The Bears, even linebackers, had picks last year and forced fumbles. They had impact plays last year on the defense. The Bears' problem last year, other than after the slow start, was their offense and ability to capitalize on those turnovers. Take the Cleveland game, for example. The Bears' offense got 0 points as far as touchdowns. They did get some field goals, but those field goals were set up by the defense. The defense actually scored a touchdown.
Brother Muhammad, can I ask you to go back one more time?
Yes.
Start with your first statement. The Bears defense did what?
The Bears defense in that game got about 4 turnovers, scored a touchdown, a couple of interceptions, a couple of forced fumbles, put the offense in field goal range. As a matter of fact, one possession, they got an interception, was on their own 30. By the time the drive was over, the Bears offense was on the other side of the 50-yard line. It was like 3rd and 40. That's how bad the offense. But as far as Caleb, your answer about Caleb.
But I wanted to get to the end of that though, because we connect the dots, right?
Yeah,
because now we're in this new process. We're in this new season. So at least I got you guys on the hook for this.
Yeah.
Because what I'm gonna love to do is pick with y'all, doing y'all pick on y'all with what y'all coming up with on the podcast.
Yeah.
We're gonna connect this podcast like, hey, what's the predictions during the NFL? I want to do that if it's okay with you guys.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that's fine.
I'd be like rocking with y'all, but anyway, I wanted to get you on record saying that. Go ahead.
Okay, and I did want to mention this about Caleb, and I want to mention this to the listeners who want to evaluate the difference between quarterback. One thing you want to watch with a quarterback is his footwork. And a lot of sports like basketball, football, boxing, or different martial arts, footwork is a key to your success. Watch his footwork. The problem I had sometimes with Justin Fields was, say, for example, if you run a quick slant, that's a snap, plant your feet, throw. That is not a snap, 2-3 steps back, 2 steps hop. That play is over. You'd have missed it. So watch Caleb's footwork first. See if his footwork, every route, the footwork should match the route on that first read. You know, it's not drifting off out of the box, right? I'll give a good example. In the Washington game, Denver game, it ended with a sack. It was a sack because Justin Fields drifted out of, in his drop back, out of the
Out of his coverage.
Out of the pocket.
Out of the pocket.
Yeah.
All right. So guys, hey, Turbine, jump on real quick.
Yo.
So listen, let me ask you. Let me ask you guys. So with the podcast, outside of the Bears, there's additional stuff that you guys are talking about as well. Am I correct and correct?
Correct.
All right. So the fundamentals, they come on right after us.
Okay.
Turbine, Turbine, Bernard, Brother Mike, they talking.
I've been listening.
Yeah. Caleb,
Not a bad way, guys.
what about
I'm just
White
taking
Jesus?
notes.
Hey, but look, Caleb, you sold on him?
Caleb, as right now, yeah, because who else? Him or Brett Rippon or Tyson Bagent? I'm going with Caleb Williams by choice. By
Bernard,
default.
you going with Caleb?
I'm going with Caleb.
Mike?
Yeah. I wasn't sold on them before they did the
wasn't either.
trade and everything. I was Justin Fields, ride or die. Then they traded him, and I started following. I was like,
I can respect that.
I said, oh man, hold on, we might have something here, because I wasn't a big Caleb Williams fan.
But no, so back because we're getting ready to wrap up. I want to make sure we talk about this podcast because I'm going. Not that I'm anybody, but I just want to incorporate what we're doing with that podcast, so that we can really have on the next Friday, like y'all were wrong, completely wrong.
So wait, let's do this right here. Let's do this right
Mike,
here.
on some for real.
Let's go against. Let's let the Bears Banter podcast predictions go against Turbine and the fundamental predictions because we do ours every Friday night.
Turbine.
So it's on.
I like that.
Let's do
Hey,
it.
look, I'll say right now, I got about a squad that comes with me, and we barely agree on one thing. So you might be fighting 4 different guys.
I love it. I love it. I
I
think
love
it's a great thing.
love it.
Matter of fact, let me say this because I'm up against the clock. I got to get ready to get up out of here.
Okay.
Let's do. Hey, Turbine. What we're gonna do? Let's do a whole sports thing on my show, and we're gonna set it all up so everybody know exactly what we're doing, who to watch.
Ooh.
We rocking with that. Let's start it before it even starts.
Okay.
So let's get that together. I had already told you guys you're coming back in August.
All right.
I want everybody to get familiar with what's going on with the podcast. Give it to me one more time,
The
bro.
podcast is Bears Banter Talk Show. We broadcast live 30 minutes after every game on YouTube, Facebook, Twitch TV, and LinkedIn. The pregame we broadcast on Fridays, approximately 7:30 Central Time.
You know what? That sounds like it's gonna be good, right?
Oh,
there.
yeah, it's
On
good.
that Friday night.
Go to
Five-
Bears
5
Banter.
years.
Bears
5
Banter
years.
on Facebook. Bears Banter Talk Show on Facebook. Hit the subscribe button. Let's get it.
And Mike keep us laughing all the time
Oh, yeah,
between
I'm
him
funny,
and guys. They keep us laughing.
Yeah.
We in.
Let's go.
Yeah.
All right, certainly appreciate you guys. All right, folks, thank you for always allowing me to be a part of your Friday. Until next time, listen, make sure that you